What? Another video so soon? But I just did a video yesterday. Why would I dare to post another one so soon? Well, my friend, I'm glad you asked me that question. It's because there were at least two things that I forgot to mention in the video yesterday. So we'll consider this to be GUI or GUI. What do you say? Do you say GUI or do you say GUI? Because I typically say GUI unless I'm just joking around, and then I'll say GUI. Anyway, let's consider this to be a part 2 to yesterday's GUI video. However, I'm going to try to keep this a bit shorter. Yesterday's was a little bit over 30 minutes. I'll try to keep this around 15 minutes. I'm going to cover at least two things. And also, by the way, someone posted a comment on that video bringing to attention the fact that I had many opportunities to target some of the creatures so that you could get a preview of some of those fantastic new creature avatars. And he's correct. I totally blew it. But in my defense, there was an issue with that. Let me explain. Actually, let me bring up my GUI here, since that's kind of what this is about. And yes, I see that old man crocodile over there. Don't worry, I am going to target him. You will get to see his lovely profile right up here in the targeting window. The reason I wasn't targeting was because there was an issue in which if you targeted it, it would not even appear here anyway, unless you were within combat range. And I was intentionally avoiding combat because I only have a tiny piece of cotton left. And however, upon logging in this morning, I realized that that too has been fixed. As I mentioned before, there's been a couple of rounds of fixes already. That was one that I didn't realize was already fixed. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and target this crocodile and get a little preview of his. Look at that, isn't it? Well, okay, I can't mouse over it because if I mouse over it to draw attention to it, then it gets covered by the no targeting option. So I'll just go here. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful with the little red highlight? Or it looks red to me anyway. I don't see all colors right or correctly. I'm color deficient, not color blind. Anyway, that looks pretty nice. It looks way more updated. The resolution is higher than it was before, for sure. So you can see they really redid the entire combat system. The other thing I failed to mention was that this combat window is docked with the targeting window, and it can be undocked. So if you right click, you have the option to pop out fight window, and then you can place it wherever you like. But for me, it doesn't really go anywhere except there. I wish there were an option to mirror this so that this bar is on this side, so that maybe a player would like to put this window over here in this corner, for example. But this odd shape means you have to give extra consideration for how you decide to place it. Let me go ahead and redock this. Anyway, this is growing on me, though. I do like it. I do still think that this window could be a bit smaller. Not extremely small like before, and not extremely large like now. Just a happy medium. A happy medium. So let me untarget this guy. Oops, I guess I don't have that locked. I moved it a little bit. So I'm going to continue on my way. By the way, this is where the rift was, and I missed it again. Second time now, I missed it. And this is practically in my backyard. Heavy sigh, heavy sigh. You know what? I don't want third person today. I think I get slightly better frame rates when I'm not in third person. Okay, so what did I want to mention? Two things. Actually, three things. I wanted to announce that it is official. I am, in fact, insane in my membrane. Because if you look here, it says mental of the path of insanity. I'm so proud of myself. I'm only one path away from getting a couple of really good benefits. However, due to the delay in which you are allowed to gain paths in meditation. I can't meditate for that path until I believe the 23rd, one day before the new server. It also just so happens that my premium time expires on the 23rd. So everything is coming together in perfect timing. So if I see a few creatures, and I might miss them, I tend to miss them quite often, actually. I apologize, but I'm sure to see some of them, and so you will get a preview. What is that? Pile of tough meat. Can I target this far away? Yes, I can. Look at the unicorn. Look how majestic he looks with the light glistening off of his forehead. Can you target guards? I've never actually tried. Okay, you target the Freedom Isle guard. Okay, I did target him, but he's not appearing here. There's no avatar for it. Uh-oh. Okay, very good. Can I target from this far away? Yes, I can. All right. Is there anything else up there? I think it's just hyenas. Hyenas all over the place. Oh, I think I see Boar over here. We'll target that. You can see the icon. Did he just snort? Oh, windows all the time. But you didn't see it. Oh, look at that wild boar. Look at his heavy grained hair. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. I'm hoping, I don't think I've actually, no, actually I have seen the spider. What is that? Is that a ram or a sheep? Can't target it. It's too far away. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention yesterday that I forgot, and it's kind of important because it could lead to a little bit of confusion. If you've decided to preview the GUI by loading up the live preview client, your F and R key are going to get hijacked. What I mean is, if you're currently using the F and R key for any binds, you're going to lose that bind. And that's because there is a new feature included with the GUI, and that I'm sure you've already heard of it. It's probably the one thing everyone is familiar with already. Is that an anaconda? Let's see what it looks like. Oh, nice. Very nice. I hadn't seen the anaconda yet. Looks very sharp. I love it. They're too tough for me, though. That new feature being the fact that there is a default action that has been added, and you can press a key for default action. What is default action? Well, it simply means that whatever you are highlighting with your mouse at that time, the computer kind of decides what it thinks that default action should be, and it will do it. So, for example, if you mouse over a container, as you can imagine, the default action would be to open the container. So instead of having multiple different binds, you just have one bind, and whatever the most common default action is for that item, that's what will happen when you press that key. By default, with the new GUI, that is set to the F key. There is also a repeat action, meaning repeat the last action that you just completed, and that's the R key. Now for me, is that another anaconda? If I ever want to fight anacondas, I know where to go. More boars. For me, oh, let's target old scorpion. Oh, look at him. Doesn't he look all fancy? Fare thee well, old scorpion. May you live long and prosper. Try not to eat too many innocent people. So the F and the R key will be reassigned, even if you already have them bound. For me, I have my F key for first aid, so when I bring up my paper doll, then I can just select cotton and then click F, and I find it to be much faster than doing a bunch of right-clicking and navigating through menus. And for me, the R key is set to repair. You can set it back, obviously, because you have not seen any indication that I have a default action set up, because I've removed that part of the GUI, or disabled that part of the GUI. I'll show you that real quick. You just go into your settings, and is that under UI? Yes, use default action. So if you have this selected, you'll use it, and I think it also displays it. Let me see real quick. Yeah, see, it's showing default disembark, and in this case it's showing the / key, because that's what I currently have set for the default action. So once you select use default action, then you'll get those. Actually, show enrolled action text. Oh, that's a little bit different. Anyway, I don't like seeing that, so that's the reason why I have it disabled. If you want to change the keybinds for this, I believe it's under action. Yes. So if you want to change your default action hot or bind and repeat bind, you would go to key bindings, action, and then it's right here, default action, and then repeat action. You know, I wish that I could click in here and hit escape to remove that, but it doesn't, or some other key. It doesn't seem that there is an option to remove a keybind, only replace it with another. I wish we could just remove it altogether. Anyway, so that's one thing that I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention in the previous one. Where are we at? 11 minutes? 11 minutes is pretty good. I think we'll make this a 15-minute video. The other thing I wanted to mention doesn't actually have anything to do with the new GUI, but a mechanic from back in the day that was removed. And I started to mention it in the previous video when I came upon that dog, when I mentioned the fact that if you sit there and watch him long enough, you'll see an animation for barking, but you won't hear barking. It's the same with cows. I wish I could come upon a cow to show you, because if we just sit there and watch him for a minute, I bet you we'll see the moo animation, even if we don't hear the moo. I do have cows on my deed, but I think that's going to take us over 15 minutes to wait for that. And have we seen the pig yet? There's the... Oh, what is... Oh, because I'm close enough to attack it. Oh, I didn't mean to hit it. I will save it. Continue on. Carry on, pig. Just pretend like that didn't happen. It's probably going to die now. I hit my bison once as an experiment and then logged in the next day and it was dead. I guess it was wounded too badly. There are cows over there, but I'm not going to swim over there. Can we see the... we can see the... Oh. Wait, what? That would be illegal. Oh. Oh. Has someone... No. Oh, it's because there's a token over there. So even though I'm not on a deed, the cow is on a deed, so I still can't target it. Interesting. Yes, someone claimed this little island out here. Can you believe it? And look, they even have a cart. A large cart. And a lot of animals have died because there were... whoops, where am I going? There were a bunch over there. And one became diseased and then more. They've all died. These are the survivors. There's... Oh, this guy's diseased. He's already lost that one. He's got a spirit temper over there. Anyway, very small deed, isn't it? But I guess if you, you know, if that's your thing. Hashtag island life. So, as I was saying, there's so much in Wurm. It's really hard to stick to one topic. The sound, the moos and the barks... Well, actually, I don't know if the barks were in the game or not. I know that the moo sound used to be in the game. And, oh my God, everybody hated it. Apparently, the moos were too frequent and too loud. And it became known as cowpocalypse. And everybody was complaining. They're saying, please, in the name of all that is holy, stop the mooing. So they took out the moos. I think they should bring it back, but in a way that isn't annoying. And I personally think that it would work. I guess we're not going to see a cow. Looks like there's a bull up here, though. We can check out its avatar. But in a way that won't be annoying. I think they could achieve this by, first of all, don't have it set to randomly make a moo sound for each cow. So if there's 1 cow in the area or 50 cows in the area, you should still only hear a moo every once in a while. So the chance for a moo sound should not check per animal, but for per whether or not there is any cow in that area. I think that would help a lot. And then if they keep it infrequent, so, cows don't moo constantly, so just every once in a while, then it's good for immersion. You're reminded that you actually do, in fact, have a cow over there. I think it would work. And, of course, don't make it too loud. I would say offer a separate volume, but I think that's probably asking too much because that means changing the mechanics even further in order to be able to add more controls to the settings, in this case audio controls. Anyway, is there anything else? We're looking at that bull now. The bull looks pretty nice. Haven't really seen many hostile creatures. I'm going to target that before I get up here. I was hoping to see maybe a troll or a spider. It's 16 minutes now, almost 17 minutes. Let me just run up this hill and see if there's anything else that I can target to get at least one more sneak peek at the new creature icons. I think they all look pretty great. I wish they would sort of modernize these other avatars too, though. Or not avatars, but icons, I mean. Anything up here? Don't see anything. Sometimes there's a gorilla up here on this. Oh, we can see what a seal looks like. I haven't seen seals yet. Look at those. Looks like he's crying. Please, please don't beat me. I'm just an innocent seal. See, look. It looks like he was actually making a sound just then. It is kind of weird if you think about it, because there are animals we see that don't make sound, and there are animals that don't exist, or at least creatures that don't exist that do make sounds. For example, the ducks and the frogs. Don't even get me started on the ducks and the frogs. We can hear them, but we can't see them. I would love to see ducks swimming around in the water and waddling around on the ground, and I wouldn't mind seeing a couple frogs hop around as well. Think of all the new recipes there could be, like fried frog legs, which I've never had, but I would probably have them in Wurm. Okay, just a bit more. I know we're well over 15 minutes. We're not going over 20 for sure. It's 18 and a half minutes right now. We're going to make our way up this hill. This is leading to my deed. And we'll see, once we get up here, maybe we'll get a bird's eye vantage. And I'm sorry if you saw something but that I didn't, because as I mentioned, I am color deficient, and sometimes I miss obvious things, and sometimes I see things that no one else can see because of it. It's kind of weird. I do this sometimes too, just in case something highlights. Anything? I don't see anything. Let me just go up here. Another seal. And nothing else. Alright, I guess that's it. I'm going to end this video here, and I'm not sure what my next video is going to be, if I'm going to try out my idea or not, but we'll just go ahead and end it there. And let me see what's a good ending. Maybe if I do this, and I do this, and I look right at you, and I kind of look like I'm angry. How dare you? How dare you insult me, sir? I have excellent posture.